You know those days when you basically have way too much to do and your head is kind of overloaded with all of the tasks that you need to accomplish on that day and you just don't know where to start, and it just weighs you down when you have way too many tasks. So for that reason, one of the things that my wife and I bought just to kind of alleviate some of the tasks is this little vacuum robot. Obviously, he or she can't walk stairs, so I need to carry him up to the floor where our bedroom is to help him out to get upstairs, basically. And it's early, I'm still a little bit foggy in my brain. So today I basically have to rearrange our bedroom. We want to kind of move some of the furniture. I have to wash some clothing. The washing machine is running at the moment. Then I'm filming this vlog, obviously. I potentially need to make another review video for my main channel. Later tonight we are meeting up with my wife's brother. I also need to do taxes, but I think I'll do that tomorrow. Anyways, I have to do so many things, and that is sometimes really weighing on my shoulders. I mean, it's not that bad. It's okay, it's not too much besides the YouTube video, the main channel review, because I just don't know where to start. And that's just due to the fact that I have so many other things in mind. And I think for those days where you kind of get overwhelmed with all of the tasks you have to do, you need to break everything down into smaller chunks and then work off or keep kind of checking off all of these tasks one by one, small little chunks. So I know the washing machine is running, our small little vacuum cleaner is vacuum the top floor. Then my wife will be here after she is done walking with Woody, so I could start kind of moving some of the small furniture. I finished this vlog in just a second, basically. I'm not going to film how we move all that stuff because I just can't be bothered. As I always say, I don't want vlogs to kind of interfere with my daily task or with moments that are potentially memorable. So I will do that. Then I probably won't be able to do the main channel review today. So I will delegate that to tomorrow. Yeah. And that's basically, I mean, this vlog is a nothing vlog. I just kind of want to document how I am sometimes having those days. I mean, those tasks, don't get me wrong, it's nothing. It's not that much, but you know that feeling when your brain is kind of overloaded because you've been working and doing so much the last few days, and then it's Saturday, by the way. And then you wake up this morning or on a weekend and you think, oh, it's maybe a free day, maybe I can ride with my motorcycle. But then you know, oh no, I have so many chores to do and other tasks. And then because your brain is already overloaded from the week, your brain capacity isn't as capable and as energized as it has been during the week. So even though all of these tasks don't, in terms of quantity, don't seem to be that much, still it feels overloading. And to be fair to myself, this task of moving and rearranging the furniture upstairs is going to take 2 or 3 hours, maybe faster, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but my brain is kind of overworked. And because we have to move the bed, then a big piece of furniture, and to move the bed, we need to take everything out. So you see, all of those little steps in my brain make it a big task, but that's also the solution. If you have so many tasks or a huge task, I always kind of recommend to kind of break it up into small steps to make starting easier, because once you break it up into small steps, you can say, okay, I'm just starting with, for in this case, for example, unplugging the TV. Next step, moving the TV. Next step, taking out some of the things in the drawers of some of the furniture that I need to move, and then we move and stuff like that. So if you are overwhelmed with all of the tasks, it definitely helps to kind of break them down into smaller steps. But to be realistic, this is also something that kind of weighs on my brain right now, because I only see the huge list of small tasks, this long list, and that's where making a physical list is really important. Once you kind of write down everything on a piece of paper where you kind of check it off, no matter how impactful it does seem, like writing down a small list with these small steps. For example, in the past, I would say, why should I write down unplug the cables and then move the TV instead of just writing my task is rearranging the bedroom? Yes, that would only be one task, but this task would be so big and in my mind I wouldn't know where to start. It does help to write down every single step, no matter how small it might be. It makes knowing where to start so much easier when you break it down and when you write it down to kind of see, okay, I need to start there. Okay, maybe I can do this first before the other ones. Because if you kind of try to move all of those small steps in your brain, it will weigh down on you and confuse you much more instead of, skipping that step, although it might seem a little bit like redundant. So that is my advice. If you have these days where you're kind of overwhelmed with tasks and you just don't know where to start, write them down to kind of see, oh, okay, this is what I have to do today. Is this all necessary? Do I need to do all of this today or can I delegate? Then if you still think like, oh, I don't know where to start, see if you can break down one of the tasks into smaller chunks, write that down as well, and then see, okay, I can start with this first and then move to the other steps. So yeah, that is my advice for myself. Basically, I'm going to start writing down all of the tasks that I have to do today and then hopefully remove this brain clutter. And I have to say, just talking about it, and that is the beauty of these vlogs for me personally. Although I didn't know where this vlog is going, I just thought, okay, let's start the camera vlog, and then I just shared what was going on in my brain today. I think this helped me a little bit to make this day a little bit better. Another reason why you all should start a vlog. It helps a lot. Alright, if you want to see yesterday's vlog, check out the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. Maybe like, hype, and potentially subscribe by clicking the button up here. And then we see each other tomorrow. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great weekend.